Good morning, Kennedy, Colorado. Welcome to our April 2025 regional rally. Russ and Kelly and Jenny and Leslie are here, and we're excited to see you all today. On our agenda, we've got some announcements, a tech update with our regional tech trainer, Leslie. We've got some agent and market center recognition that we're going to do. Faith Young is doing a mega market update, which we're excited to hear. And then we've got a great presentation by MAPS coach Krista Staub called Creating a Culture of Productivity for Your Life and Your Business. Let's jump right in with some announcements. On April 30th, 9 to noon, our own Tyler Shields is going to be leading the Online Leads Playbook. This is a virtual class on Zoom. 50% of proceeds will benefit KW Cares, and we've got a video from Tyler.
Hey everybody, Tyler Shields here. Since 2015, my team Relevate has closed over 1,100 transactions for over 12 million in gross commission incomes from online leads. Recently, Keller Williams has written what they call the Online Lead Playbook. This is the textbook, the playbook for how to generate and convert and build a massive business off of online leads. And listen, what I love about this playbook is not just that I had an opportunity to participate in creating it, but also that it covers every type of online lead out there. We're not just pigeonholing ourselves into Facebook leads or Google leads, right? We're going to talk about every type of online lead that exists, the pros and cons of each, how you can generate leads from those sources, and then ultimately how you convert and scale leads from those sources. This is the one-stop shop training you need to build a massive business off of online leads, or maybe just to bump up your production or bump up your conversion or increase your lead flow or your return on investment a little bit. Don't miss out on our exclusive Zoom-only Online Leads Playbook. Up to this point, this has only been offered in person. This is our first ever online-only Online Leads Playbook. Join us. You don't want to miss it.
Awesome. So this is $29 for agents, single screen. If a market center wishes to stream in the market center, it's $129. You can sign up for both opportunities at the link that Kelly just dropped in the chat. If you are a market center providing it for the market center, it's also for one screen. Don't share the code.
Hey everybody, Tyler Shields here. Hey everybody, Tyler Shields.
Okay. We've also got our first ever Spanish speaking event. This is going to be taking place on May 21st at the PPA Center. 9 coming to speak about creating generational wealth for Spanish speaking people. Agent Moreno is going to be there, Claudia Castillo, Emily Fernandez Cuecha, and Vicente Vega. We're excited about this event. If you know Spanish-speaking agents in Colorado, this is the event for them. We are charging $49 for this event. However, if you are a member of Chispa, the event, did I say that right, Kelly? Mm-hmm. Wait, is it for Chispa members?
Yeah. Yes.
Chispa members are free. So let your friends know about this event. How do you sign up for this, Kelly?
It is going on Eventbrite as soon as this call is over. kwcoloradoevents.com.
kwcoloradoevents.com for this all in Spanish event. Also, we've got Dominate Listings with Real Estate Planning featuring Dan Ahara. This is an event on June 3rd, and this is a special event because it is a free to ALC members event. So if you are an ALC member, we said at the ALC clinic last November that we were going to be offering some free masterminds, free events. This is our next event that falls into that bucket. Dominate Listings with Real Estate Planning featuring Dan Ahara, who is out of, I think, Maui. Leverage Series is coming to the region. The Leverage Series is a 2-day event, July 29 and 30. It's 9 to 4. It's at Smedra. And it's $299. Career visioning. If you're looking to grow your team, if you're looking to hire, if you're looking to top grade, if you're looking to be a better manager, then the Leverage Series featuring Peter Chabris is for you. Peter is the CEO of the Chabris Group. They did 491 transactions last year. He's a KW Master Faculty Instructor. Peter was here last, I think it was July,
April.
or maybe it was May. We did
April.
a listing event with him. Kelly, are you telling me what day it was?
It was in April, last April.
It was in April of 2024. Great feedback on the training that Peter did last year. And so we're bringing him back because of your demand. All of our events can be, registration for all our events is at kwcoloradoevents.com. You can register there and follow there so that you can always be notified when events are coming. And let's turn it to Lauren.
Good morning. Well, good day to everybody. I am Lauren Hazlett. I am the president and CEO of Coordinator Team. We are a nationwide transaction coordinating company based here out of Denver. And I have a team of wonderful, highly trained and systematized TCs, listing assistants. We can also do admin work. We help with getting your smart plan set up in Command. We are here to help you leverage as much as you need. Obviously, our main service is transaction coordinating, but we help with lots of different services for agents, and we are always also looking for additional services that you may need. We are open for feedback and information that may help you in your business in the future. I've been with Keller Williams since 2013, and I've been licensed that entire time here in Colorado. And my team, we act as unlicensed assistants, but we can help guide you through the process and make you look like a pro, even if it's your first deal. Feel free to scan that information on the screen. Right there is, you can share your information with me and download my information right into your phone on that first QR code. And the second one is to schedule a call with me that goes right to my calendar, and you can put your name right in, and I will be happy to have a 30-minute conversation with you about how we can help you and what services might be a good fit for your business. I look forward to working with you all, and just don't forget that you're going to need leverage before your hair's on fire this spring. So make sure you reach out, and we can get you set up, no cost up front, get you all set up and connected with your TC, and we are ready to jump on your very next file. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Lauren. We are thankful for and grateful for all of our sponsors, including the Coordinator Team, Top Flight Home Loans, Growth Minded Talent Solutions, Rocky Mountain Title, Choice Home Warranty. The events that we do each month are assisted by these sponsors, so thank you to all of them. Leslie.
Hi everyone. Happy Monday. I'm so excited to be here. I hope that you come join me on Thursdays at 11 a.m. because I love seeing repeat people coming to my classes. Then I get to know you all so much better. But this week, I am going to show you how to create your website and make it look amazing. Now, keep in mind, for those who have taken my website classes, there have been a lot of updates. So if you feel like you need a good refresh on your website, come to this week's class. We're going to have a great time. And then, of course, as usual, we put all of our recordings on our KW Colorado Region 7 YouTube channel. So check that out. Even today's call will be there. And I do have a couple of updates for you all, specifically in Command. One update is now we'll be able to see what is happening with email statuses. We've gotten real clear on what those statuses are. So as you can see on the screen, there are a couple of things that will show you if your email was delivered, if it was undelivered, if it was unsubscribed, and if you are on a team, it will give you those specifics as well, if that's coming from your personal side or your team side. And the really nice thing is that if somebody did unsubscribe accidentally, now you can go back and send them a resubscribe email to your emails. So go check it out. And last but not least, this update is also in KW Command app as well. Next update are reports. Some of you may or may have heard that we are putting some reports back into Command. We are sunsetting mykw.kw.com with those reports. And yet our first stab at this for you as agents will be in the team side of things. So if you have a team or a group, you can go into Command today, log in, check out the dashboard, and you will be able to see your team statistics and your group performance. All you'll have to do is head to reports, then you're going to click on dashboard and then select additional reports at the very far right-hand side of the screen. And those are the updates, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to move into recognizing our top individuals, teams, and groups, starting with our top individuals. Let me make my screen work here. Here we go. Closed units at number 5 with 6 units each, a tie. Fabian Tarango from Denver Downtown, Jennifer Hart from Longmont, Tony Giacconi from Summit County. Number 4,
I saw the site.
From KW Client's Choice with 6.6 units. And the top 3 for closed units individuals, Hussein Garcia with 7, Sheila Bailey with 8, and Amber Dragala from downtown Colorado Springs with 9. Great job, top individuals for units. Moving on to volume, Carolyn Ford was in the 10th spot, Jenny Hart in the 9th, Fabian was in the 8th, Hussein Garcia in the 7th. Number 6, Teresa Castledine. Number 5, Tim Wade from Denver West. Number 4, Sheila Bailey from Denver West. And the top 3 volume units, Dan Egan in number 3 spot, Stacy Strayer in the number 2 spot, and Tony Giacconi from Summit County in the top spot for volume. Moving on to GCI. Number 10, Josh Raymond from Denver Central. Number 9, Lauren Weiss from Denver Southeast. Number 8, Brandon Tomic from Client's Choice. Number 7, Stacy Strayer from Denver West. Number 6, Hussein Garcia from Denver Downtown. Jenny Hart was number 5. Teresa Castledine, number 4. And our top 3 individuals, GCI, for the month of March, Sheila Bailey, Dan Egan, and Tony Giacconi. Great job, individuals. Moving on to teams. Teams are comprised of 2 licensed individuals with closed units. A multi-way tie in the 5th spot, Rediger Group, the O'Brien Home Team, Jill McFerrin Group, Colorado Springs Home Experts, the Case Advantage, the Advantage Team, Unity Group, Seed Property Group, Your Denver Family Home Team, and the Everest Group. Number 4, also a multi-way tie, Razor Group, JC Home Team, the Young Buck Team, Distinct Group, the Schaefer Home Team, the Inc. Team, Discover Colorado Team, the Fishkin Team, Team Colorado Living. Great job. Number 3, Malarcy Home Network tied with Lark Property Group and Pasternak Properties. Number 2, Team Rochelle Cozzolino from Pueblo. And number 1, the Deluxe Team from Denver Highlands. Great job on closed units. Volume. Team Rochelle Cozzolino came in number 10. Jill McFerrin Group number 9. The Schaefer Home Team number 8. Your Denver Family Home Team number 7. Number 6 is Discover Colorado Team. Number 5, Razor Group. Number 4, Bill Davis Property Group. And the top 3 volume teams, Malarcy Home Network, Lark Mountain Group, and Deluxe. Congratulations, teams, on your volume. Moving on to GCI. Number 10, Team Colorado Living. Number 9, the Everest Group. Number 8, Your Denver Family Home Team. Number 7, Team Rochelle Cozzolino. Number 6, Discover Colorado Team. Number 5, Jill McFerrin Group. Number 4, Razor Group. And our top 3 teams, GCI, Bill Davis Property Group number 3, Deluxe number 2, and Lark Mountain Group number 1. Congratulations, teams, on your production in March. For groups, this is 3 or more licensed agents. Closed units, number 10, Summit Group Collective tied with Rasmussen Group, tied with the Leans Group, tied with Relevate, tied with Next Gen Home Group. Number 9 with 11 closings, Homes of Colorado Group tied with the Strange Team. Number 8, Luchick Group. Number 7, Mile High City Living Group. Number 6, Jamie Baker Orr Team. Number 5, the Awaka Group. Number 4, two-way tie, Colorado Lifestyle Real Estate Group, tied with the Kibler Group. Top 3 for closed units were the Dixon Group with 19, Empower Team, Colorado Front Range with 21 units, and the Johnson Team with 31 units. Great job, team. groups. Number 10 on closed volume was the Shea team. Number 9, the Lanes group. Number 8, the Mountain group. Number 7, the Kibler group. Number 6, the Awaka group. Number 5, the Strange team. Number 4, the Dixon group. Number 3, Colorado Lifestyle Real Estate Group. Number 2, Empower Home Team Colorado Front Range. And our top closed volume group is the Johnson team. For GCI, our top 10, the Eminence Group is number 10, Relevate is number 9, the Shade Team is number 8, the Mountain Group is number 7, number 6, the Strange Team, number 5, the Kibler Group, number 4, the Awaka Group, and the top 3 for GCI groups, Colorado Lifestyle Real Estate Group, number 2, Empower Home Team, Colorado Front Range, and number 1, GCI with 359,000, the Johnson Team. Great job, groups. Our expansion awards go like this for March. By the way, the expansion must have its hub in Colorado to be eligible. Number 3, Relevate had 14 units. Number 2, Selling Southern Colorado had 16. And number 1, Homes of Expansion Network had 17. For volume, Selling Southern Colorado was 4.8 million. Homes of Expansion Network was 6.2 million. And Relevate led the way at 6.6 and change. For GCI, the Phoenix came in third at 95K. Homes of Expansion Network came in second at 168, and Relevate led the way at $191,023. Congrats to all of our top performers. Great job, everyone, for your production in March. Looking at Market Center production, closed volume, Partners was in 5th place, Client's Choice in 4th, Denver West in 3rd, Denver Downtown in 2nd, and DTC closed 94 million for number 1. Moving on to units, Denver West had 94, Client's Choice 101, Partners 102, Denver Downtown 152, and Tech Center led with 158. Listings taken, Denver West took 99, Client's Choice 110. And our top 3 for listings taken, Denver Downtown 131, DTC 157, and Pueblo returns to number 1 with 245 listings taken in March. Great job, Market Centers. All right, I'm turning it to Faith. And Faith, are you going to be sharing your screen?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. You can just go for it.
Okay, great. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So here we are in April 2025, and the thing is about the market, the thing that we got to remember is it's not 2022 and it's not 2008 either, right? So in 2022 we had 5,500 listings. That's it, 5,500 listings in 2022. And can anyone remember how many listings we had in 2008? Put in the comments if you remember how many listings we had active in 2008. Anyone answering? Okay, good. So the amount that we had in 2008 active listings is 30,000 active listings. So we're not 2008 and we're not 2012 either. So we're somewhere in between. Currently, we have about 16,600 active listings right now. So our average days on market for residential is 55 days on market. And for condos and townhouses, it's running around 60 days on market. And manufactured homes in parks days on market is 56 days on market. What that means is the sign's in the yard more. You get more calls, you get more leads because the signs are in the yard longer than, in 2022 when the sign was in the yard for like 5 hours and we, had multiple offers. So you got to really take in consideration the market. It's not a bad market. It's definitely not 2008, but it's not 2022 either. And to set your clients up for success in this market, these are things that you need to keep in mind. One is buyers are still asking for buy downs. So 1, 2 buy downs or 2, 3 buy downs. And they can run between $12,000 and $24,000 on a $500,000 listing. So you got to really take that into consideration when taking listings in this market to set your seller up for success. Anticipate the odds of the buyer asking in that price point for some concessions is incredibly high. Also, you want to make sure you have a conversation with your seller regarding the comps, the comparables that might have sold in the neighborhood to always take in consideration what price it was listed at, not what price it necessarily sold at. Because if it sold for more, then you don't want to list it for the price it sold at because it might have been priced right and under, and that's why it sold so quickly. And then secondly, on the concessions, we're seeing agents, when you are pulling up a comparable for your listing and there's seller pay concessions, some agents are adding the buyer broker's compensation into those concessions. So that can make a big difference on what you're seeing the price selling for. So it might have been listed for 500, but sold for 530 because they gave $40,000 in concessions. So really keep that in consideration when you're putting a house on the market and having a conversation with your seller on what to anticipate for the concessions and compensation. Also, when you're looking at comps, make sure you have the anticipated closing dates, like how long they're going to be on the market. And so sellers are setting them up for success. We're not seeing houses fly in 5 days as much as we did 3 years ago. So you need to have a clear expectation with your sellers. Set them up for success. Maybe do an adjustment a little bit sooner and adjust the price maybe not 25,000 if you're still anticipating you're going to have to pay concessions. Also, one other thing to really keep in mind in this market is because of the hard times we've had since the pandemic, some people might have done loan mods and they're coming out of that. And those loan mods often add to the back of their mortgage. So when someone is putting their house on the market, make sure they have a really good idea what their payoff is for their loan amount, because it might be more than they anticipated if they did a loan modification in the last few years. So keep that in mind for their proceeds at closing. Okay, so where we're in the market right now compared to maybe a couple years ago is that we already talked about the concessions, but also that people might be asking for repairs and inspection items that they weren't doing in 2 or 3 years ago. So also maybe do inspections prior to listing or have at least conversations with your seller about repairs that buyers might be asking in this market. And then so they can anticipate what to expect when there is any objections. And then the times the other thing that right now that we're seeing in the market is the HOAs. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but also the homeowners insurance has gone up, the property taxes have gone up, and now also the HOAs have gone up. On residential properties, you're looking at 27% increase on HOA over last year's HOA. And then on condos, you're looking at up to 31.6% increase on HOAs over last year. So that could easily disqualify for someone who is looking to buy the exact same property last year. Because of that increase in the HOA, they might actually not qualify for that particular property again. So make sure when you're getting people pre-approved that you're finding out how much the lender is qualifying them for the HOA, because it might have gone up. Also, make sure you get that status letter from the title company as soon as possible to make sure your buyer still qualifies in case the agent did not have the right amount in the MLS and there is an increase in the HOA, because we are seeing that quite a bit right now. So keep that in mind when you're offering on any property that has an HOA. It could lower their buying power because of the HOA increasing. Right now, this creates an opportunity to be an expert in the market. So really, really know your neighborhood when you're going on listing appointments, and really set your buyers up for success as well. Some homes are still going on the first weekend on market, and then others might be sitting on the market for much longer. Like I said, on average, 55 days. But I also think people think buyers think they can get the property for a lot less because it's been on the market for 30 days. That might not necessarily be the case. So have them write an offer anyways. You never know, the seller may adjust, or eventually they could come to the middle 2-4 weeks later when it's still on the market. And so that way buyers aren't just missing out on opportunities because they don't want to write, because they're thinking they can't get the property because the seller won't take less. I would suggest have a conversation with the agent, see if you can put a deal together. Because I feel like right now buyers do not want to overpay for properties. I think that's a really big concern for buyers right now. They're being more conservative than ever. So even houses on first day on market are not necessarily getting offers over list price as much as we did in 2022, for sure. So in this spring market, what this does is create an opportunity to put you as an expert for your sphere. So definitely take time to call your sphere, call anyone, see how they're doing, see if they're struggling. One other thing to be asking every time you're going on a listing appointment, as we're headed to that market right now, is to make sure they're current on their HOAs, make sure they're current on their mortgage, have a conversation with your client, and have a conversation with your sphere. Ask how they're doing, make sure they're current on their mortgage, because we might be seeing significant increase in foreclosures or people behind in their mortgage going forward than we have in the last 7 years, for example. So have those conversations. Take the time this spring to call people and have a conversation. If you had anybody who you want a listing appointment with last year and they did not end up listing for whatever reason, I would just call them, have a conversation with them this year, because their motivation might have changed. With the interest rates being a little bit better than they were, there are opportunities, and they might be looking to buy or sell again this year when last year they decided not to. So take this time as an opportunity. And again, with the listings being on the market longer than usual, is creating more leverage. So leverage your listings is creating more opportunity to pick up new buyers, more leads from those listings, and have a system in place to make sure those leads are being taken care of and get those buyers in to buy something else. Out of every listing, you should be generating at least 2, if not 3 more possible transactions out of every single listing. And this year is a great year to go out and create more abundance.
Thank you, Faith. Appreciate the information. Faith, how many houses did you sell last year?
112.
112. Pretty good year, huh?
Yeah, I was blessed for sure.
Awesome. We're going to turn to Krista Staub next. Krista's talking about how she's a MAPS coach, and she's going to be sharing how to create a culture of productivity. Krista, take it away.
Hello. So excited to be here. I've got to share my screen, so let me know what you see. I've been working on this.
We can see yeah, we can see your PowerPoint, but not your power. There it is.
Can you see? Oh, wait, let me stop the closed captioning.
Take it away.
All right, I'm Krista Staub. I'm excited to be here. I'm a MAPS coach, and I will be talking to you today about creating a culture of productivity for your life and your business. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to raise your hand, and let me move my stuff around here. Raise your hand if you've ever ended a day thinking, I was so busy, but what did I actually accomplish? Besides me? You're not alone. Most people make this mistake. They mistake busyness for productivity, mistaking movement for achievement. I'm sure we've all heard of that before. So when we operate consistently in reaction mode, we sacrifice meaningful progress for an illusion of activity. Think about that. So today we're shifting from being busy to becoming purposely productive, not only in your business, but in your life. True productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing more of what matters most. So by leveraging our powerful productivity systems within KW and our clarity tools, you'll intentionally build a culture that supports consistent and meaningful results in both your life and business. Today, I'm going to bring you 5 core shifts to help you create culture of productivity in your life and business. So let's ask the key question. How do you create a culture of productivity in both your personal and professional life by focusing on what truly matters? So I'm going to move on to Kelly. I sent you a PDF of the next slide. And if you could put it in the chat for those that would like to follow along.
I dropped it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So if you'd like to access the 7 circles. So to create a true culture of productivity, we must start with clarity. Our first step is clarity. What matters to you most? How many of you are very clear on what is your first step to clarity in your business and your personal life? Who's very clear on that? The one thing shows that we use the 7 circles, which is a guide to help you reflect on and prioritize the most essential areas of your life. So what I want you to do is everybody been able to access this? You've either done it, you haven't done it, you've seen it, I've read the one thing, I've thought about doing it, I just haven't done it. And so let's see. So what I want you to do is look at the circles. The first one is your spiritual life. How connected do you feel to a sense of purpose, values, or something greater than you? The second one is your physical health. We know that without physical health, you don't have anything else. So how well are you maintaining your energy, nutrition, sleep, and physical wellness? Your personal life. Are you giving attention to hobbies, self-care, and things that recharge you? Your key relationships. How strong and meaningful are the relationships with your family, friends, or partner? Your job. Are you showing that you are fully and performing well at the role that you're doing? What are your key responsibilities? Your business. If you're running a business or building one, how is it performing and growing? And your financial life. How well are you managing your income, savings, debt, and investments? So what I want you to do is I want you to go through each circle and I want you to rate it. 1, very dissatisfied, to 10, that you're fully satisfied. So take a minute and run through and give those a number. And in each area, I want you to ask yourself, what's the one thing that I can do in this area, such by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? Remember, this isn't about doing more. It's about doing more of what matters. So jot down, after you've rated them, jot down a simple, actionable step for each circle. Keep it clear and specific. And you all should have the PDF. So I see Stephanie and Rachel on my screen, so I can see they're busy working. Okay, after you finish doing that, I want you to look across all of them and reflect which one action, if you focused on it, would create the most positive momentum in your life or business right now. Here's the thing. This is what I want you to remember when we look at these circles, is that our brain is geared to protect us. That's the sole purpose of our brain, is survival. And it may say, pick the one that's easiest. It might steer you away from the one where you need the most growth. Don't let it. Growth lives outside our comfort zones. And as Gary has said, your business will only grow to the extent that you grow. So which circle do you really need to focus on? You may feel tempted to stay in your safe place. But to build a culture of productivity in your life and business, you must lead with intention, discomfort, and clarity. Any takeaways from this exercise or any feedback that you've done it? I apply it to my business right now. Anything anybody could share? Okay, great. All right.
Do you want us to share, Krista? Did you?
Yeah.
I'll share.
Okay.
Time block everything. I just need to time block everything in a better way.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Time block. That's actually going to come up in here. Anyone else? Thank you. I don't know who said that, but thank you.
It was Leslie. I couldn't spotlight her because she had her camera off, but it was Leslie Walker.
Okay. Thank you, Leslie. All right. So think about this is the first step, clarity. How do I gain clarity in my business to have a culture of productivity? All right. Moving right along. All right. Leveraging our systems. So the second step is leveraging Keller Williams productivity systems. We have these systems, they don't happen by chance. We strategically had put them together, and it's designed through proven systems like our GPS, our 411, our time blocking, our daily success system, and command. And so the first is the GPS. Is this in your business? So the GPS stands for our goals, priorities, strategies. And they're tools that help us focus. And remember, this is our first step's clarity. So do we have clarity on what our efforts are, what we need to focus on to grow our business or our personal life? So the first one's goal. What is your one big goal for the year? And when you're filling out a GPS, I want you to remember that it's not only about business. We also can have a GPS around our personal life. So it doesn't have to be that the goal is to close 25 units next year or to have a 200,000 a year GCI. It could be that I need to work out more. I want to get into a bodybuilding contest. Things like that can go on the GPS. What is our health? Maybe it's something around health. The second is the P, which is our priorities. These are the top 3 major focused areas that help you achieve that goal, whatever that one goal is. And then the third is the S, the strategies. These are the specific repeatable actions you'll take under each priority. The thing I want you to remember about the GPS is that it's got to be specific. And we earn the right to move on to the next priority or the next strategy. It's called a GPS because it's like a navigation system. When you drive to somewhere on vacation, do you use a GPS or do you wing it? Most likely you're using a GPS, and it helps us stay on track and avoid distractions because it's going to take us longer to get to our destination through a GPS or if we're winging it. And it's the same thing with our business and our personal life. If we're winging it, a lot longer. So this is your one-page business plan to create focus and results. The second tool is your 411. Now, this is one I know just recently Gary said, start small. If you're not going to use the 411 or you haven't been using it, start small. No one said you had to go big. It's the small steps that you need to start. So the 411 creates monthly and weekly accountability. Time blocking preserves your most precious resource, which is time. The 411 is simple. It is once again your one pager. And it breaks down your 1 year goal into your monthly, which then leads into your weekly goals. So stay focused and accountable. 4 equals the 4 weeks of action that you have. The first one is your monthly goals. And that second one is breaking down your yearly goals, whatever those are. So each week, review and update your 411 to track progress on both business and personal. Once again, the 411 isn't only business. Depending on which one that you look at, there's some that are business, but then on the other side of it is the personal. Your business life funds your personal life. It keeps what matters most in front of you. So take an intentional action on it. It's not just to stay busy, it's to help you stay focused. Then we move it to our calendar. One tip on your 411, on your weekly, is we change our weekly every week within the 4 weeks of the month. A tip, put a $ behind each activity on your 411. If it doesn't have a $ behind it, generating dollar productive activities, money, it goes on the backside, which is your to-do list. It's your checklist. And once again, if you don't accomplish it, you move it to the next week. And if you don't do it, everything else takes a back seat. So what is the one thing that we don't get more of? Time. And both tools, the GPS and the 411, are geared to get you time back. Time blocking. Time blocking protects your most valuable asset. So are we taking these two things and time blocking them on our schedule? So we cherry pick off our 411 and move it to our calendar. The next one, your daily success system, is basically, you probably heard it in Ignite if you've taken it before. It was our daily 10-4. Some of you have heard about it before. It is now called our daily success system. And the daily success system ensures that you have consistent lead generation, follow-up, which would lead to your 10 conversations, your 10 contacts, and adding to your database. Those are the things that are going to help you stay focused and create clarity around your business. In Command, we have our database, which is a CRM. And it serves as our centralized client relationship hub. And this is where we build our business. If you don't have a database, it's time to create one, because this is where we keep all of our clients' information. This is our client relationship hub. How many of you don't have a database? How many of you are feeding it every day? So ask yourself those questions. What do I need to get started? Gary started his database in a box. And if you go to KW Connect and you want to watch the video, it's from years ago, but it's called Gary in the Box. Has anybody seen it? And so everyone should have a database, just like Southwest Airlines. They started their database on a cocktail napkin. Gary started it in a box. And I think Microsoft started in some notes in a garage. I think that's right. Is that right? So how are you feeding your database? A quick story I want to give you is, has anybody heard of Harvey Mackay? So Harvey Mackay is known for creating a business around creating envelopes. So he started an envelope manufacturing firm, and he employed 500 workers in 3 facilities, making 25 million envelopes a day, which is kind of unheard of. But what he did was he had something called the McKay 66. And if you Google McKay 66, it's MACKAY 66. He has a list of 66 questions that he knew about every one of his clients. And imagine if you took that information and you added into your CRM. How much better is your business? How much more connected are you with those that are in your database or in your Dream 100? So which systems are you currently underutilizing? And what are you fully committing to that can transform your business or life? Any questions on this one? All right. So the third step, accountability accelerates success. Productivity thrives in environments of accountability. Research shows that 95% of people are more likely to achieve their goals when they have regular accountability to someone else. How many of you have a coach? Who's holding you accountable? Who's holding you accountable to that GPS, your 411, growing your database, and holding you to your personal goals? Because it's the coach holding you to your personal goals. And so accountability can come in different forms of account. It could be a spouse. Because if you have your goals, is your spouse, partner, significant other, are they on board with your goals? Because if they're not, is it harder to hit those goals when you don't have somebody supporting you and pushing you to grow? So accountability can come in as a productivity coach. You may have those in your market center, a team leader, a MAPS coach, or it could even be a peer partner, someone that's in your market center. But make sure when you get your accountability partner that they want to be an accountability partner. I've seen it a lot of times where you pick up the phone, you call somebody and they don't answer, and they're going to be your accountability partner. Or you get on the phone with them and you talk personal stuff and you don't go anywhere with your business, and it's nothing about accountability. So take a moment and write down 2 people that you have in your world that hold you accountable to your goals. Make sure that you are regularly checking in with these partners, ensuring that your productivity goals become realities, not just intentions. Celebrate the small wins. How many of you love celebrating small wins? Good, good. Because most of us as agents or in leadership, we don't celebrate the small wins. We think about the big end goal and we think, well, why would I celebrate those things? So most agents celebrate closings, which are lag indicators, but overlook the daily productive actions like making calls, setting appointments, and nurturing leads, which are your lead indicators. Celebrating smaller, consistent actions builds momentum and confidence. Small hinges swing big doors. Remember, it's the small steps that we take in our business that equals massive transformation. So you may get results, but then you may not. Your results may be good, but yet they may be bad. It all hinges on the choices that you make. The small ideas that you have can be very powerful. So are you brain dumping? Do you time block that on your schedule to do a brain dump? What ideas do I have? What are my next steps? Remember, those small ideas can be so powerful that they are going to swing open the big results in your personal and professional life. So celebrate them. And reflect briefly on what is one recent small win you've celebrated, yet you should. One thing that you haven't celebrated that yet you should. Is there anybody that would like to share? All right. We all have some opportunity. So celebrate those small wins. Recognize these daily actions and because it's going to reinforce productive behavior that drives continuous improvement. It's consistency that compounds. Those small hinges are going to swing open the consistent goal hitting in your life. Establishing a regular rhythm. Review, reflect, refine. So productivity isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. So we develop a culture of productivity through review, reflecting, and refining. Regular schedule activities that we're doing over and over and over again. I'm sure you've all heard Gary says, get comfortable with the boring. Have you scheduled white space on your calendar and take time to reflect? What did I do today? Am I reviewing my productivity metrics? What does my multi-year trend say? And if you don't know what your multi-year trend is, ask your OP team leader, anyone to point you into that direction because it tells a story. Go back and review your multi-year trends. If your numbers aren't where they need to be today, go back 90 days and find out exactly what you are doing. You will see the ups and downs, or you're going to see this. And that's what we want to see. Yet, we don't look at it because it may tell us the story that we don't want to see. And so if we go back to review it, it may not tell us, but it also may tell us, hey, I need to do more of this. What do I need to do more of that I'm not doing? Or what am I doing more of that's I'm doing well at, and I just have to add more onto my schedule? So am I tracking my numbers, and what do they say about my business? And that's the reason the multi-year trend is so important, is that it tracks those for us. The next one is reflect on successes and challenges. What worked this week? What didn't? What's one adjustment I'll make this week or next week? Am I time blocking not only for work, but also my personal life? How many of you fill out your calendar in January to make sure that you're hitting those vacations? Because your brain is like a computer. And if you don't shut down your computer, it all of a sudden gets all bogged down. I have this all the time happen to me. And all of a sudden you can't hear me on Zoom, I'm delayed, I'm whatever, and I need to shut down and recharge my computer. It's the same thing with our brain. If we're not taking a vacation, we're not recharging ourselves. So make sure you schedule those important times on your calendar. And refine an action plan for the next week. When do I complete my 411 for the week? Who do I turn it into? Do you have somebody that can hold you accountable to turning it in every Sunday night, every Friday afternoon before you leave the office? And accountability check-ins. How often am I checking in with my coach or accountability partner? These habits ensure continual growth and enhance productivity over time. Oh, sorry, I'm moving. I didn't realize the time, sorry. All right, so wrap up. Remember, extraordinary productivity is not about doing more. It's about intentionally doing the right things. Your productivity is a direct reflection of your systems, standards, and habits. What are you going to do to commit today? Write down one specific change you will make within the next 7 days to cultivate productivity in your life and business. By making a commitment to implement the strategies discussed, you can create culture of productivity that will positively impact your life and your business. Remember, each small step that you take is consistently leading you to significant results. Embrace the journey and enjoy the transformative power of intentional productivity. Creating a culture involves clarity, intentional systems, and our Keller Williams tools. Productivity, remember, productivity is not a sprint, it's a meaningful journey built by purposeful, consistent actions. There you go. Those are your 5 steps to building a culture of productivity.
Thank you, Krista. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm going to just make an announcement about next month's regional rally. We'll be back here, same time, same place, May 19th, which is a Monday. Hope everybody has a great rest of April, and see you soon. Take care, everyone.